Rugby racing and rugby racing and rugby racing and beer.
Hello and welcome to the ends of the earth, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on the beautiful rugged coastline. Didn't we have a lovely time the day we went to Bangor? And I'm using it as a metaphor. You shot beautiful. In particular, the wonderful aspect of our game known as the tackle ball. Inspiring this magnificent ocean. I am a coastal man. Stirs the soul. What's the problem? I'll tell you what the problem is. No rucking. Why is there no rucking in the game anymore? Because people are fucking sooks, basically. Especially the guys running the cutter. Maybe it's all about money. Maybe it's all about not getting enough love from your dad or your mum. Maybe it's about not getting enough pocket money. What it really is about is the fact that people are trying to fix something that's just not broken. One of the great things about the British media that's always got me laughing is the fact they come up with these wonderful headlines and nicknames. Graham Henry, the Great Redeemer. Makes me think of poetry though. The Gatfather. Because people pay good money to pick up these pieces of paper in the morning. The Gatfather. Who came up with that screamer? There might have been a screamer that came up with it, just quietly. Honestly. I mean, fellas, you can't go around pulling those sort of stunts. That's terrible. What about Warren Gatlin, Welsh rugby coach? That's got a ring to it, yeah. What are you thinking? Referee. See, this is it, England. You've shot down to the supermarket, you've gone to the taro section, and you've grabbed yourself a great big tonga. There'll be plenty of power in here, that's power. And you're going to chuck them on the wing, and then you sit there and go, but why isn't there anything happening? Why is there not? How come nothing's happening? We've got a Tongan, and he's not doing anything. There's nothing happening. There is nothing happening because your Tongan's not getting the ball. Brings words to one's heart. Scotland. Well, I mean, the good thing about the game this weekend is that you've only got one left, haven't you? If it was the reigning virgins. England and Scotland. They'll be locked in the dunny with a proof. Honestly, it'd put a horn on a jellyfish, this game of rugby. Shall we have a quick word about France and Italy? It's another game this weekend. Thank you. As I was saying now, follow me on this because this is tough, this is difficult. Critical nature of the waves here out the coastlines. Two elements colliding, Wales, Ireland. One with luck, one with not so much luck. I mean, after all, it is Wales is next to England. Not straight. Good to see they've gone and scrubbed this whole idea about the Six Nations champions playing the Tri-Nations champions. I mean, what is this all about? I see Moray says it's the Aussies were onto it. It's a good nose, mate. You've got a good nose, Moray. Clearly you can smell Australians around this. It reeks of John O'Neill's hairdo. You can tell that's what happens when a guy puts a dead possum on his head and goes wandering around. A little bit greasy, it smells. And that smell is unique. And that unique smell is an Australian. Well, I know you've got one that's even on the production staff of your podcast, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself, mate. I know it's all about giving Aussies a chance, you know, integrating criminals back into society after they've done their length of service inside the walls of Her Majesty's pleasure, but really, when you think about it, the guy's a crim, and you've hired him. So, I guess you got him cheap. What's the point of changing the rules of the game? No one knows what ELVs mean. The only time New Zealanders see ELVs is around the 25th of December, and even then, after watching Bad Santa, no one's really that keen on elves anymore. I was down by Bondi Pier, drinking tubes of ice cold beer. Is that ferry on time, you reckon? With a bucket of prawns upon my knee. Probably not. What it comes down to is the bloody referees are not fit enough to keep up with the lads. Referee! This is the problem. Now, I don't want to open the doorway to this other Australian argument, and Mauro, you'll probably agree with me here, of getting 2 referees on the paddock. Oh, gee, hang on, that's what we need. It's like saying, why don't we have 2 tax departments to chase us down? That's a bloody good idea, isn't it? Referee! So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and small domestic household pets, tau wha sui for.
Rugby racing and rugby racing and rugby racing and beer.